If your car either doesn't have Apple CarPlay or you want to upgrade it, then you've got to be checking out the T3 Pro by CarPodGo. Now, before we get to the installation part, let's have a quick look what we get in the box. The screen has got several ports. We've got USB in, mic, AV in, aux slot and USB-C power in. Powered via the 12-volt socket in your car, Bluetooth aux receiver, reverse camera, filter for the reverse camera if you do need it, with a fixed console mount along with a suction pad, the OTG cable, reverse camera cable, suction cup mount. Now looking at the screen is a large 8.9 inch with 60 frames per second, so it is super smooth. We've got 700 nits brightness with a resolution of 1920 by 720. So previously I have installed a screen into my BMW 1 Series, but that required a hell of a lot of extra work. Had to take off the whole front of this face, take out all the wiring of the CD players to install the screen, and yeah, it was just a lot of extra steps to get Apple CarPlay in the car. If you don't want to do that and you just want a really simple plug and play option, then this is where this device will come through, because from what I've seen, it is as simple as connecting it to the screen, plugging it in, connecting your phone, and we should be away. So looking at the different mounting options, I'm going to go for the suction cup mount onto the screen. If I was keeping it permanently in the car, I probably just would use the 3M pad that goes onto the top of the dash, and then just leave it on that way. But yeah, screen mount for this morning. Now this mount is not actually designed to be elevated and to hold the weight of the screen, so they recommend it resting on the dash somehow, whether that be pulling it down so the screen is resting on the dash, or whether you use the other mount so it's kind of just sitting on there. But yeah, don't have it up here highly elevated because it probably will fall. I must admit that 8 kilo magnetic mount is super strong. Not only is it like quite hard to pull off, but you watch the magnetic pull, I think that's impressive. Anyway, stop getting distracted. Nothing more satisfying than pulling off the screen. Remember to put the USB power into the correct USB port, because there's one for the power and one for the USB for like the updates and stuff. I like how they give you an extra USB connection on top of this, so you're not losing the ability to plug anything else in. If I wanted to make it look pretty, you could look at kind of routing the wire inside the glove box maybe, and then having it kind of just poking out, but that'll do for me for now. Typical upside down. I mean, as you saw, that come on within seconds of the car turning on. They do claim 12 seconds from when you turn the car on and the screen being fully ready to go. Now my BMW 1 Series is a 2013 and the car doesn't have Bluetooth. What I'm going to have to do to connect this so it gets the audio to come out with the songs, etc., is I am going to use the aux provided cable. And for me, that just goes in the glove box. One side goes into the USB, the other side goes into the aux slot. And then you go onto your Bluetooth settings, and there's a Bluetooth device called Car Music. You're just going to click that. So now my phone's connected to the screen, so the Apple CarPlay side works, so the maps, etc. But no music until we connected the aux cable. And there we go. As easy as that. I've literally just connected the two Bluetooth devices on here, and I am using my steering wheel buttons to turn the volume up and down. Stop the music so we don't get told off by YouTube. It's a very bright day, and that screen with its 700 nits is super clear. With the 60 frames per second, the screen is very responsive, and it kind of goes exactly where you want it to. There's no lag, there's no delay, which I have had some screens where you touch it, you move it, and then you have to wait for it to catch up, which there is nothing more distracting than having that. So obviously this does have Android Auto. If you want, you've got your Bluetooth and you've got your different settings. You can even go onto the display under logo and then find your car's logo. There are loads on there. BMW is obviously on there, which is good. We are right-hand drive, 60 frames per second, and then 10-second timeout, return to CarPlay. You can adjust your screen brightness, but it is auto as well. So you've got your day and night. We leave the light sensor on, so obviously it will adjust. In the volume, you've got the media, the navigation and the phone, and then different audio output options, but obviously well connected, the aux cable. I'm just going to leave it as is. Honestly, for installations, connect it to the screen, plug it into your 12-volt socket, put in one USB and then put in one aux cable, and that is it. You are literally good to go within about 5-10 minutes, connected via the two Bluetooth options, and you're away. I'm glad that I can still use my steering wheel buttons for the volume as well. That is a nice little touch, just so I don't get distracted trying to look for the knob. Me personally, I'm not going to connect the rear camera. I don't want to get into the whole stripping of lights and wires and cables and everything like that. I've got reverse sensors on this, that's good enough for me. I like that it comes with a rear view camera, but yeah, for me personally, it's just not something I'm going to connect. Well, let's get on the road and we'll test it out and see how it does. When I installed the screen into the BMW, it honestly took me a few hours. I had to buy some extra tools to make sure I managed to get the interface without breaking any plastic clips or anything like that. And honestly, for me personally, it wasn't something I was comfortable with doing. Like I was managing to get through it, and I finished it in the end, but it wasn't a comfortable, nice experience for me personally. But this, with its 8.9-inch screen, 700 nits, super easy to install. Like, I wouldn't bother doing a full breakdown installation of the integrated screen. I would just use this in the future. Don't forget, if you do want to grab yourself a CarPodGo T3 Pro, I will leave a link in the description box below, and if I can get a discount code, I will put it in this video right now, but also it'll be in the description box below as well, so you can grab it from there. And I must say, I was really surprised at how strong that magnetic mount was. I was unsure when I read that it had a magnetic mount to how well it would do, but actually seeing it in practice, it holds it perfectly, but also you can take it off without pulling the suction mount off the windscreen. Honestly, there's not much more you can say. Like, Apple CarPlay is what it is. It works really well on this screen. Like I say, super bright, easy to use. The user interface when you're coming off Apple CarPlay works really nicely. You can go through and adjust some of the settings if you need to, but overall I am really happy with the screen. One thing I was finding on my integrated screen into the BMW is that for whatever reason the connection between my phone and the screen would drop out. Like, sometimes every 5-10 minutes it would drop out, be off for a few minutes, and then reconnect, and then be on again, and then drop out, and it would just keep doing that. And it's super frustrating, especially on a long drive. You know, the music keeps stopping and then coming back. Sometimes I would have to physically connect my phone to the screen. It wouldn't automatically connect. And so far on the CarPodGo T3 Pro, the connection has been solid. I think I had the brightness set to around 50%, and even when the sun is coming across the screen, it's not fading out whatsoever. You can still see everything, all the colours really clearly. Because again, I've had other screens where as soon as the sun hits it, it's a washout and you can't see it. But as always, thank you very much to CarPodGo for sending out the screen for me. Don't forget, they've not told me to say anything. They've just sent me the product to test and review. So they are my own thoughts and opinions. There is nothing else to say, but if you are in the market for getting an Apple CarPlay Android Auto screen, then this has to be one of the ones you check out. Nothing else to say, but until the next one, ride safe.